All right, so I'm gonna go through a Facebook tutorial, um, basically showing you guys how to exactly step by step create your Facebook ad and optimize it so that it's going to generate the sales or leads that you need for your business. Essentially, you're going to use Facebook. I mean, a lot of people don't really know how to create Facebook ads to get them that sale or that lead that they need to increase their business, increase the revenue that they have, and get that new stream of cash flow from people that they were never able to reach before. I mean, Facebook is great for this. You can literally reach millions of people with Facebook, and it's really simple. Like, it's not even that hard. All you have to do is um, go through this tutorial, learn how to create Facebook ads in a simple manner, so that you can actually generate new income for your business. So, with that being said, let's jump into the computer.
All right, so for this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to set up a Facebook ad campaign from start to finish. So what we're going to do first is press the create button there, little green button in the corner. We're going to start over completely. For this, you're going to click create new campaign. When you create new campaign, you'll have all these different options. These are your objectives. So when choosing your objective, you have a couple of different options. So we're going to go from what I consider to be, kind of least important to most important. So you have your awareness objectives. The only reason why we consider these like kind of least important is because they aren't that great in terms of actually getting you the sales that you'd want or the leads that you'd want. These would really work better if you had some traffic already or some engagement on your page, but starting off, they don't really work that great. Brand awareness is for people that are going to be more aware of recognizing your brand. So, after the second and third impression, they'll actually recognize it. Reach is for people, is a objective that's just to reach people in general. So it would have the widest reach. Traffic is for people that are going to visit your website. Engagement is for people that are going to like, comment, share. App install, pretty self-explanatory. Video views, people that view your videos. Lead generation. Lead generation is for people that are going to leave their information. Essentially, what they're going to do is they're going to leave their name, email, maybe phone number. And what this one actually allows you to do is you can actually create a lead form, and the lead form will auto-fill some of the information for them already. Next, we have messages. So this is a messaging campaign that will allow you to get messages directly to your inbox from your potential clients or customers. Now, onto the good stuff, we have conversions. So conversions are probably one of the most powerful tools that you can use for your objectives. These allow you to get direct purchases, leads, add carts, whatever. It's kind of customizable. That's what's kind of great about conversions. Next, we have catalog sales. Catalog sales are essentially a list of products that you've imported to Facebook. Normally, this is done, via a third-party app. Maybe you're using Shopify and you want to directly import your products into Facebook. You can do that, or you can do it manually and actually enter them in one by one. You'll see certain Instagram pages or Facebook pages with actual product catalogs. And catalog sales is just the advertising version of that. So that allows you to actually use the catalog that you have and advertise it for sale. Store traffic, the last one, is for actual real life store traffic. So this is for, if you're a restaurant and you want people to come to your business, you can use this as well. All right, but for now, we're going to stick to conversion, and we're going to focus on purchase conversions. So let's name it conversion campaign. I think I'm going to use dogs for this example, so let's name it like dogs conversion campaign. All right. Here you have create a split test or campaign budget optimization. This button should go away in September and should be permanent. So campaign budget optimization, just to let you know, CBO, as it's referred to in the Facebook ads community, is essentially it will optimize your full budget. So let's click this and actually show you. It'll optimize your full budget across all of the different audiences that you have. So the next step over here, ad sets, we're going to make one audience, but you can make multiple different audiences. And essentially the campaign budget optimization will say, okay, let's spend $50 on this one, $40 on this one, and $10 on this one, because this audience isn't doing as well. And that's what campaign budget optimization does. Split test allows you to split test your campaign across your budget across different audiences. So you can test out the different audiences and see which ones are actually working best. Next, we have the bidding strategy. Lowest cost is the usual one that everyone uses. The other ones are manual bidding. So this is basically automatic bidding, cost cap, bid cap, target cap. I'll speak about those in other videos. And then I'll show you these advanced options, even though we can't really use them right now. So if you're scheduling a ad to run, actually, let's change this. Yeah. So lifetime budget is something that would show up with a schedule. Once you click this, it would, in the ad set level, would ask you to select a date range. And essentially what this allows for you to do is, instead of saying, $100 a day, or however much your budget is a day, let's say like it's $20 a day or whatever, let's say $100 a day to keep it the numbers easy, 7 days a week. Instead of spending $100 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it would spend the $700 across the entire week. So let's say Facebook thinks the best time to spend your money is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when people are going to be, purchasing, having free time to actually buy things. It would save your money for those days and actually get your purchases on those days. For now, we're going to leave it on daily budget. And the reason why I recommend daily budget is because it keeps it consistent, and you can actually then, especially when you're starting off, it keeps it consistent and it allows you to see the full comparison day by day of the same budget. So people do tend to get confused when spending different budgets on different days, and this just allows you to keep that same budget one day to the next. Then we have delivery type. We can't choose accelerated, but accelerated is the other option. You can't do that for a conversion campaign. But we're doing standard. Accelerated just spends your budget as quick as possible, which you actually don't really want it to do. But I thought I'd show you guys these advanced options. Let's move on to the ad set level. So in the ad set level, when you first start off, you may have these, it may say that you need to set up your Facebook pixel here. All you're going to do is you're going to set it up and follow those instructions on how to install it. For the most part, it tends to be pretty simple. You're just copying and pasting a code. It may be, a little bit more difficult than that, but it's normally pretty easy for most websites. It really just depends on what platform you're using: Shopify, Wix, WordPress, any of those. Let's choose our conversion. So we've chosen purchase conversion. Essentially what this is going to do, and I want you guys to notice this is still red. So when you start off, your conversions are going to be red. The reason for this is it hasn't been activated yet. The pixel hasn't fired a purchase conversion. Most people, there's a myth going around that you can't use a purchase conversion until you have a purchase fired. So some people run different campaigns to try and get traffic to their store and try and get someone to buy. Trust me, that's a waste of money. You want to go with a purchase campaign first. The reason for that is because the way the purchase conversion works, it's a standard event, meaning that Facebook already has a list of people that are geared towards that certain action. So purchase conversion, essentially what it allows you to do is it allows you to tell Facebook, hey, I want you to go find buyers, not people that are just going to visit my store, not people that are going to engage with my post on Facebook. I want you to go and find buyers and bring them back to my website. I don't want to pay for anything else except for buyers. So that's what you're doing with the purchase conversion. All right, moving on, we have the dynamic creative and offer. I'm going to go over this really quickly because we're not going to use this time. But essentially what the dynamic creative is it allows for you to have a dynamic ad. So what that means is you can put multiple different images in with multiple different headlines, etc. And Facebook will then change the ad for the person that's looking at it. So say, for example, it's me and someone else. I would have a different ad compared to someone else, and they would have a different ad. Everyone would have their own kind of unique ad, and it's really, really powerful on being able to use this where you know that Facebook is actually going to have an ad that works best for that person. So the next thing we have is the offer. The offer is pretty simple. It's like a discount, and it allows you can allow your customers to save the offer, not save the offer. It's completely up to you. It's pretty simple. If you want to do 50% off, free shipping, whatever, this basically just allows you to create that offer. Moving on into the rest of this audience over here. So we're going to do create new audience. This is where you would enter in your lookalike audiences, and I'll go over that in another video, or your custom audiences. We also have the location. So with this, normally what I select is everyone in this location. But for example, let's say you are targeting, let's say you own a tour guide agency. You definitely want to stick with something like this where people are traveling in this location. So targeting those people that aren't, from the area, people that are coming into your city. You want to advertise your tour guide, plans to them that they can go on bus rides or whatever it is, helicopter rides. You also have people that live in this location. So these are the two I normally stick to, are everyone that's in this location or live in this location. This just allows you to target people that are specifically either in this location and live in this location. And it's pretty powerful in terms of the fact that you can target people, within 1 mile radius of an actual location. So let's change this. Let's actually look up like an address. Let's put like a random address, right? So you'll see, this is Taiwan. Let's do somewhere like in the US, so it makes more sense. Let's see. Well, let's do England, hopefully. Yeah. So you can see you can target people down to a 1 mile radius of a location or up to a 50-mile radius of a specific location. So that's one of the great powerful tools about Facebook. But for this one, what we're going to do, and one of the things I'm going to show you, is we're going to choose worldwide. So choosing worldwide, we now have the Facebook ads running to all 2 billion people that are on the Facebook platform. We're going to narrow it down by excluding some countries. So, for example, you should be excluding countries that can't buy from you. In the US, people in India can't buy online from you, so let's exclude India. Right, and you'll see over here the audience size start to change. The reason why you should be excluding these places, for example, places like India, they can't buy from people in the US because you have to have an Indian bank account to actually accept money from people in India. So it's wasting your time if you're running an e-commerce store, for example, to target people in India when they can't actually purchase from you. It just becomes garbage traffic. So you can exclude entire countries. You can exclude entire continents. You can exclude wherever you want. It's one of the really great and powerful tools that you should be using, is excluding locations so that you're getting your target audience to the size that you actually want. Let's move down to age. You can target people as low as age 13, and all the way past 65. So the only thing you want to be careful of with this is making sure that you're targeting people with your age range in mind. So what I mean by that is, for example, if you're in the U.S. and you're running ads for an alcohol business, you shouldn't be targeting anyone under the age of 21. If you are, you could get your ad account banned, and you don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure that you're targeting people within the correct age range. Let's actually change this back to, let's change this to 25. People that have some buying power. Gender, normally I'll leave this open unless it's very specific. So for example, if you're choosing to go with advertising makeup, you probably want to stick with women. And you can switch back and forth. It really depends. Normally I just stick with all genders. This way you can choose. This way, once you get the data back, you can actually figure out which one is working best for your products. Language, this really just depends on the ad that you're running. So if you're running an ad in English, then you should be choosing English All or English US or English UK. If you're running an ad in Spanish, you shouldn't be choosing English. You should only be choosing, Spanish, right? So you want to make sure that you're doing that and you're getting the people, your advertisement is matching with the audience, right? So now we're going to advertise to people that are interested in dogs, right? So let's do people with a work title, job title of dogs. Didn't know that was a thing. That's weird. Didn't know that people put that as, wow, there's employers. There's a lot of things for dogs. Let's do just dogs. One of the things you'll notice is that this isn't changing. So whether I narrow it down by people that are interested in dogs or just do it, by overall, it's not changing. And the reason for that is because this button right here is selected. When you are first starting out, make sure that you are not selecting this button because this one will mess up your targeting so much. So turn this button off right away. Now what you'll see is when I add dogs, right? Not people that have the job title, you'll see the size change. So it just went from 1.4 billion to 340 million. Just lost like almost a billion people, honestly. So actually we did lose a billion people. Sorry, my math was off right there. So yeah, you just want to make sure that you're not doing that. You want to make sure that that button is not clicked at all. The next thing you want to do is edit your placement. You can either choose automatic placement, and actually Facebook is pretty good about this. You can leave automatic placement on if you want. It says that it's recommended by Facebook, but it doesn't really matter, honestly, because your advertisement, the one that you're making, needs to match the placement. So for example, if you're doing an advertisement on a story, like you're doing a story ad, then you shouldn't have that ad placed on the news feed or, as an in-app experience. Like, you shouldn't have it anywhere, right? Besides for, you shouldn't have it anywhere. You shouldn't have it in Messenger. You shouldn't have it in like ads that you have for Messenger. You should only have Messenger. Automatic placement is pretty good because like it does tend to know that this ad works here best because it's vertical. The size is very large. It should go in stories mainly. It's only really text. It should go in message. It's the size and length of time it is. If it's a very long video, it should only go on Facebook newsfeed. But you should really go through this and just making sure you can see down here when it's chosen, you can see kind of the requirements that you need for it. So just go through these, make sure that you, whatever ad you're running, that your requirements are set for that. And Facebook won't let you actually run the ad if you don't meet those requirements. So Facebook will tell you if you're off with those requirements. This conversion, this should always be set to conversion, nothing else if you're running a conversion ad. And where else are we at? So You can set a start and end date even if you're not running a lifetime budget. The reason for this is because you can still set a daily budget with a date range. So let's say $100 a day for 7 days, instead of doing lifetime budget where it's $700 for 7 days. Those are two different things, because that would be Facebook could spend all $700 on 1 day. So this is advanced options. Let me just close this out so you can see where it's come from. So this is advanced options if you're following along. Your conversion window, I normally keep it 7 days click and 1 day view. This is just your attribution window. It tends to work out best this way, and like in my part. Let's see. You can add an ad spend limit, ad set spend limit. Sorry. You can't change any of these things, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is the only real thing that you can actually adjust right now. I'll just show you guys the options. So you have 1 day click, 7 day click, 1 day click review, and then 7 day click or 1 day view. All right, last part. So now it's time to actually create the ad. And people don't even realize this. It's actually really funny. A lot of my clients hire me and they're like, all right, they just want to hear about the advertisement, but they don't really understand all that other stuff that goes into making sure we find the correct target audience. So you want to make sure that you actually take time to get that target audience down, because if you're showing an ad, like for example, we're going to make a dog ad right now. If we're showing that cat people, are they really going to care? I mean, to be completely honest, cat people and dog people, if they care about pets, they probably will like it. But if they hate dogs, then obviously you don't want to show that ad to them. So you have to make sure you get your targeting down as best as possible. Because as a business owner, you should know your target audience. And Facebook honestly just helps with that. So to start, we can choose create ad. You choose your Facebook page, and you can actually choose to, if you don't have an Instagram account, you can just use selected page, right? And this will show up on Instagram with that same logo, etc. But we're going to choose the Instagram account I have set up here. You can make it either carousel, single image or video, or collection. Carousel is essentially a scrolling type, scrollable images or videos. Single image and video, pretty self-explanatory, and then collection is just a group of photos for your products. We're not gonna do add an instant experience, but I'll tell you what this is. Essentially, it's a landing page that you can create through Facebook. So what's great about these is they have templates that you can use to actually make your landing page, or you can start from scratch, and you wouldn't even need a website. You can just go straight through this. So that's pretty cool. Let's select a image. All right, so for this, we've selected our image. It's going to be used in all 10 different placements. You can crop the image. You can, select different images for different placements. You can use free stock images that they have, and you can also create the image into a video. So they have different templates for that, and that's really, really great. So here is the actual ad. This is the last step. Honestly, it's normally the simplest step to do, especially because most people tend to think this part out more than the other parts. So let's say, for the text, this text will show up at the top, right? So it'll show, I'm just going to type top so you can see where it's going to go. It's going to go right there, right? Shop for our new dog products, right? So that'd be your text that would go up there. You can put links in here. You can put emojis in here. I definitely recommend, trying out a couple different types of text to go in here to make sure that you're getting the correct one that applies with your audience. For URL, let's do dogs.com for example, and you'll actually see the adjustment down here. Everything will actually adjust to whatever's on that website. So dogs.com is owned by PetSmart.com. You can change the headline to say shop our products today. Let's say toys. I feel like product sounds weird. Right? Shop our toys today. I mean, I'm not really actually running this ad. But yeah, you can change that. We can change the call to action button right here. So you have, a decent amount of buttons you can choose. You can actually do no button if you want to, but I don't recommend that. Let's do shop now, right? And they can click that button. That's a nice little call to action there. You can also change the link, the display link. So instead of it being PetSmart.com, you can change it back to actually dogs.com, right? And now it says dogs.com. And if you want to change this text under here, get the best pet supplies, we can say like 50% off today only, right? So you can change that text down here. And you want to make sure that this is customized fully to the actual consumer, customer avatar that you're actually looking for. So this ad needs to be exactly what you're looking for in a customer. We're targeting people that are interested in dogs, so we want to make sure that that's all set and properly done. All right, with that being done, all you have to do is scroll down to the bottom here and click confirm. Once that's done, your ad will go into review and you will be able to actually have your first ad running.
All right, guys, so that's it for the video. I hope that was really helpful and that you guys got as much out of it as you could have, and even more. I plan on doing more videos like this to help people actually be able to produce amazing Facebook ads. I do get really tired of seeing advertisements that don't work, and I want you guys to be able to have those advertisements that do work and actually generate sales. Whether you're just starting out or you've been doing this for a while and you just want to improve on what you're actually doing, I hope that these videos actually help you in terms of creating your Facebook ads to the best of your ability. With that being said, if you guys even got a little bit of value out of this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm trying to do videos like this daily, if not bi-daily, so that you guys actually can get more out of this and actually see how to generate real results through Facebook advertising. Alright, see you next time.